It's called Advanced Answering Techniques. So it is 3 professional people explaining to other people how to answer different questions, a multiple variety of questions. Advanced Answering Techniques.
Hello and welcome to Advanced Answering Techniques. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. And today, I am like the postmaster at a post office. And the letters are giggles and the packages are laughs. And the crazy thing is that there are so many letters and packages coming through every day that the post office is full.
Okay.
To the rafters.
Whoa.
And we are sending them out, but the letters and packages are not addressed very systematically. So we're working overtime to get them to where they're supposed to go. Because the addresses are things like Benjamin Greenhouse. I don't know if that's a name. Or where a guy lives.
Yeah. Right.
Or where he works.
Right. Right.
Lots of options.
There could be anything. So I don't know that. Caleb, what do you think you are at the post office?
Oh man, a scale.
You think you're a scale? I don't.
Or you
by
want
the
me
way,
to think of a human thing.
I just thought maybe we would all have jobs at the post office.
I mean, it's like my best guess. I hold things and just kind of like be like, it's probably like this one.
I'm disappointed because I wanted to be a dirty pen that everybody touches to label their envelopes.
Yes. Well, I was going to say, you said Benjamin Greenhouse. I don't know if that's where he lives or where he works.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can just send it to wherever. Like, if he works, like, he'll get it.
That's true. Well,
Benjamin.
There's only one letter.
Yeah.
I sent it to a greenhouse.
Yeah.
And he doesn't work there.
Oh, if he doesn't work there, yeah.
Right.
But if I send it to
a
maybe
greenhouse,
a greenhouse,
and he lives,
That's
and he
where
doesn't
lives.
even live there,
Yeah.
he works at a greenhouse.
right?
Then okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Benjamin
Photocopy-
Greenhouse, the lawyer.
Open up
won't
the
get it.
letter. Yeah. Open up the letter, photocopy contents,
That's
put it back together.
if that weren't a crime, that would be a great. That would,
Yeah.
but that's mail tampering.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I think the doctors these days want to do a lot of mail
It's true.
tampering.
There's plenty of mail tampering going on. We should arrest them.
they should go to
Federal
jail.
crime.
Yep.
Okay, so Caleb, you think you're a scale? Is that what you're going? It's fine if that's what you really think.
Honestly,
you are. But I do
don't-
want us to be honest.
Honestly, it's just one of the things that does happen at the weighing things.
weighing things.
Happens
You could
at
be a cashier who weighs things. Like I don't know what's that
And then we
position.
get to do some other stuff too.
Yeah. Keep it
Clerk.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, mail clerk.
Mail
That's got to be a
clerk.
mail clerk.
Yeah.
Mail clerk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what are the Postmaster General? I've heard of that before, but that's way.
Oh
high
wow.
up.
Well, and
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. That's way
the
high
hierarchy.
up.
I don't have to be at the top of
No,
the hierarchy.
no.
I would.
I'm not saying that's what I want to be. I'm just trying to get a clear vision of my options.
Right.
That's
Yes.
way at the top, maybe above all of us.
Maybe aspirational. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like Spotify.
Yes.
Or like the CEO of Spotify.
Yes.
Or
Probably Instagram.
That's how I feel currently.
because they're it's the Postmaster.
Postmaster General.
Yeah.
Twitter
it's
or
Instagram.
X. That's probably pretty high up there.
Yeah, that's true.
In just sheer volume of posts.
Then down the line, we have more regional kind of, guys.
Yeah.
Then we get to, I don't know, who's the main guy at our local post office?
Oh, it's me.
It's
Yeah,
Rob.
I'm the
Josh.
postmaster at the post office.
Oh.
At the post office.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm like, I'm one of the clerks.
Okay. You're a clerk.
But I do tend to weigh things.
It's a huge
part of the job,
part of
right?
it. It's a
I
huge
do,
part of it.
but I try to do it more. Like I'm doing it more.
I think you probably have a bit that you do where you go
I hold it. Yeah.
Mhm.
and you go
Yep.
and then you check it.
Guess.
Yeah.
I
So
hold
Josh
it and I
should
tell
guess.
them what
Yeah.
it is, and
Yeah.
then they're like, "But please weigh it." Actually,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I put it on there, and it's like it's never
Yeah.
right, and I'm like,
I mean, that would be
I actually
awesome.
get super pissed off
Oh, okay.
every time.
I think
I get completely incensed.
It's not fun. It's
that would be great.
Flip my lid every time.
you can see people really delaying getting in the line when
Yeah.
you're the guy. They're
and
like,
I am trying to
they're like
weigh
reading
everything.
they're like reading the missing children. They're like,
Maybe I'll go look for that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to weigh everything.
Yeah.
And they're like, does this need to be weighed, this letter? And I'm like, 2, like most people would be like, 2 stamps will cover it, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, you should weigh it. And I test it out. It starts, yeah. It's not a fun, I mean, it's a scene.
yeah.
It's not boring at the post office anymore.
Now, I do want to get to Gabe. We're just introducing Caleb. It's been about, I would say,
I don't know, 7 minutes, 5 minutes,
of introducing Caleb. But how do you think that plays into your role in the podcast?
In the podcast, yeah. I mean, I think I'm pedantic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I try to get into things that I shouldn't get into. I'm measuring things. I get pissed when I'm not right.
You want to know the exact specifications about a thing.
Yeah.
You have assumptions
about
that you made
your
about
things.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
And then you get pissed.
That's really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gabe, what do you think you are?
Mail carrier.
Mail carrier.
Yeah.
You're out there.
I'm out there
Yep.
making the most of my tunnels.
Oh, yeah. That's a great idea.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Would you say that is you truly taking to heart the idea that neither rain nor snow.
I mean, this is a
Yeah.
problem because the tunnels flood. I mean, there's no way around it.
It's a slip and slide. These are some muddy letters.
Yeah. With the right amount of snow and like at the right temperature, it can actually speed things up quite a lot. It's just it kind of turns into a slide system unless of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Like a luge. But yeah, it can just be slop and also it could drown in the tunnels. So
yeah.
if it's too rainy.
Makes things dangerous.
Yeah. And there is an element of fun with that.
Right.
Danger.
You
know.
It's how you keep yourself interested. Like and like, you know, typically all a mail carrier really has to worry about is big dogs.
Right. Yeah. Shoulder fatigue.
Yeah. Yep.
Drowning,
it just doesn't play into most mail
They're
carriers.
definitely concerned with the weather, but not they're not really in the same way that I'm looking at like precipitation tables and what
and
we're
it's
expecting.
not much because you're lying on your stomach right near the ground.
Oh,
so it doesn't take much
I
could
to
be, it could be pretty much usual rainfall.
Right. I could drown.
You are risking
I could drown in like an inch of water easy. Easy.
In some of these spaces?
Yeah.
In some of these spaces where you just haven't had time to develop the tunnel as much.
Yeah.
I mean, you're crammed in there.
Right. With those, lots of the new additions and new construction around town.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not delivering very much mail. I am just expanding the tunnel system. But then once it's in place, I'll be able to deliver the mail super fast.
That is, I think, one of the reasons. I said that the post office is kind of full to the rafters.
Okay.
With mail, and that's one thing is that
Gabe has just not been doing
there's
it.
a bit of a bottleneck with Gabe.
Yeah.
It's
It's
true.
all of Gabe's neighborhoods. Do you ever think of using existing tunnels? Just
To
kind of
connect
using
to a
those?
culvert,
Yeah.
say, or the sewer system.
I've considered it, but there's a lot of I'm pretty particular. I have a lot of specifications and things that I want to see in the tunnel that the municipal stuff just doesn't really.
You're
have.
you kind of have a
there's
maverick
things-
attitude.
Well, it's
There's things you
And
want
it's-
to see in the tunnels
Right.
that they don't show.
So
you.
as an
I would think
aesthe-
it would be the other way, whereas
as
there's
an
things that
aesthete-
you don't want to see that is always
that are
kind of
in the.
it's
the
all
other
this
tunnels.
brutalist tunnel that
I see.
the storm
style.
drains and sewage tunnels. It's just this god awful brutalist architecture, and what happened to the romance of
wooden carts.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what it is? Are they more? Are they like a? Is it a little more in the Hobbit vein, or would you say?
Sure. Yeah.
Or is it like a mine? More like a mine?
No. It's the goal is always for it to be comfortable. Obviously, I haven't like comfortable like a Hobbit hole, but obviously I haven't quite had the time.
No.
Yeah.
So right now it is just mud and sticks.
Right. There's not a nasty hole with ends of worms and all, but that is in yours.
No, I mean, listen, like I said, with enough time and effort, the tunnels are going to be, I mean, people, you won't have to offer health insurance for mail carriers because everyone's just going to want to hang out in these tunnels all the time. You know, you won't even have to do all the perks in a normal job.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
It'll be
enough of a perk.
It'll be
like
a draw.
the tunnels are some kind of healing.
No, I mean, if anything, it's more dangerous than
Yeah,
just walking
seems
around.
like it. Seems like it.
You're
Collapse.
getting some pretty
Breathing.
good. You're getting cardio. You're still getting cardio.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
It's still.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah. One thing. So our question comes from Justin. And I do like to kind of help people get a picture of who we're talking about. Justin is. We've kind of typically gone one direction with the way that we've characterized him, right? But I was just thinking about how he used to be a lot smaller than he is now before his growth spurt.
Oh yeah,
Right.
You know, he was really small. He was doing. Do you guys ever seen Inner Space?
No.
Okay, so Inner Space is where Martin Short gets shrunk down, very very small, and gets injected into somebody's body.
Yeah,
and he has a little. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. That's not right. I'm really sorry. It's Martin Short's in the movie. But it's actually Dennis Quaid.
Oh, of course.
Dennis Quaid gets shrunk down and gets injected into Martin Short's body.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It's what.
Wait, so Martin Short doesn't get shrunk down.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
He's already. I mean,
you should have.
Quaid?
Caleb, if you had been casting this thing.
Quaid. What does Quaid have to do with height?
Right.
Size. You know.
Right.
Yep. Martin Short is the guy into whom Dennis Quaid gets injected.
Wow.
And so he's in this little submersible. He goes through his whole body.
Yeah.
And he does all manner of things.
Good things.
Some of them are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he does, in order to see, he does have to attach to Martin Short's retina. Okay. And so he puts this clamp thing into the behind his retina, and it makes he's already a hypochondriac, and makes Martin Short think he's dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Because he has a little guy swimming around inside
Does
his
he
body.
know that there's a little guy in his body?
Eventually,
Oh,
because
okay.
he also attaches to his aural nerve.
Okay.
So he can talk to him.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
And Dennis Quaid's just looking for what? A new place to live? Or what?
He is part of a scientific experiment that has gone awry.
Right.
Now, and so he just ended up injected into the wrong person.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So
Wrong person. So there was a right person.
there was a right person. But it was not Martin Short. This
Right.
was an accident. He's a grocery store checker. It's a great Martin Short performance. I recommend the movie.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's Joe Dante. Anyway.
Office Space.
Inner Space.
Inner
Yes,
Space.
yes, yes. It's,
Oh, what a combine.
there are some office scenes.
Yeah, Mike Judge
Yeah.
makes
get-
Inner Office Space.
Let's get Mike Judge in on the reboot.
Mm-hmm.
So the okay, but the whole point is that's what's going on. That Justin used to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But focusing on his size really neglects another feature of Justin. He is a great artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A really exceptional
Talented.
visual artist.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so that's actually what he used to do. Was he used to get injected into people and do organ tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Used to tattoo people's organs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
an anchor on your spleen.
put an anchor
Was
on
it
your
pretty traditional tattoo art style or
Justin has his he is kind of classic animation
Okay.
style, but he's capable of all that stuff
Right.
too. It's kind of just whatever people.
What about
wanted.
like a butterfly on the inside of your lower back?
Yep. You would
On
do
the
that.
inside.
And a lot of these, in case it's not obvious, were just to surprise the surgeon.
Right. Right. Because I was gonna say, like, yeah, butterfly maybe on like a wing on each lung would be cool. So like when you're breathing and somebody inside of you is looking at your lungs, it looks like they're flapping.
Some kind of cool thing like
You know, that would be awesome.
Yeah, or like make my liver look drunk, like draw a drunk face on my liver.
Yeah,
but it's
Like, my liver's wasted.
Yeah, yeah. Make you know,
there's a lot of space
your
there.
stomach. Make it a guy, and he's fat when it's full.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's normal.
That sort of thing.
Yep, that's
your
good.
intestine is a snake, and it's when it's eating, it's all.
It's what?
It's like a snake eating.
Yeah, like the
yeah.
top,
It's
like
all
right
full.
at the duodenum.
Yeah.
Your intestine, you put a face on it. It's
Yeah,
like
exactly. It's like
eating all the food.
all this stuff.
Good.
There's lots of
Gracious. Wow.
Yeah.
So Dustin had a lot of
Justin.
Or sorry,
This is
His
Justin.
name's Justin.
Yeah.
had a very
Oh boy, if his
interesting
name was
portfolio,
Dustin.
Yeah.
His name was Dustin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, you guys remember this because Caleb actually had one done. What did you
what
get
did
done,
you
Caleb?
I got so on my which is it my gallbladder?
Yeah.
I believe it's my gall. This is part of the thing.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
I need he gives you a card that tells you what happened.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You can't remember.
You make your requests, but then ultimately he's
Yeah.
gonna come back and say, "This is what I actually did."
I got one, and it's the Tasmanian devil on my gallbladder holding his nose.
Okay, he doesn't like
It's
it.
smelly.
It smells.
Yeah. It's full of bile. It's pretty gross.
Yep.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah. So that was that's just background on who Justin is, just so the listeners can kind of track that a little bit. So right now, let's go ahead and hear Justin's question.
Hey guys, excuse my disgusting voice. I have a cold. It's so disgusting. The state of my nose, throat, and ears, honestly. I've been struggling hearing, but that's not my question. I want to talk about focus. I want to ask you guys about focus. I get to Monday morning and I write down a list of things that I'm going to get done. And I'm self-employed, so really I'm only accountable to myself, which I think is mighty dangerous. But anyways, I write down a list of things I want to get done Monday. I'm gung-ho about it. I'm excited about it. By the time I get till Wednesday afternoon, though, I am just kind of pooped and tired, and I really struggle getting those things done that I said I was going to get done Monday. I struggle staying focused, staying in the zone. So yeah, how do you guys self-motivate? Obviously, nobody's making you make this wonderful podcast. You guys just do it out of the goodness of your heart. So obviously, you guys are good at self-motivation, and that's why I'm coming to you. How do you self-motivate?
How do we self-motivate? It's a good question. I think we probably have a few things we want to deal with.
Yeah.
And sort of the framing of the question.
Yeah.
Justin is clearly struggling with focus.
Yeah.
Out of the gate.
Out of the gate. Right out of the gate. We're nowhere near the question.
Nope.
I mean, except in the fact that it's a perfect illustration of the trouble that he's having.
Mm-hmm.
Right. His voice doesn't even sound weird.
It doesn't sound that weird. I think it's weird to say I do think the order that he said all of those things in, it's wrong.
Yeah.
I think he said
Nose,
my nose, throat, and ears.
Yeah. N-T-E.
It's ears,
It's
nose, throat.
E-N-T.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
ears.
No,
Yeah.
perfect. It's like the Hobbit.
Caleb, that is perfect.
Yeah. So Justin is struggling here. He is gung-ho.
Yeah, that
Yep.
was it makes me just
Yeah. I've met a gun-ho or two in my day.
yeah.
Yeah, real NRA members.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those types of guys.
Someone who's
Totally
gun ho.
committed.
I was thinking it's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, right.
Gung-ho.
Well, hold on. Gun-ho.
Gun ho.
Oh,
Gun ho ho ho.
yeah.
ho.
Gun-ho-ho-ho.
Yeah. Or gun ho gun ho gun ho.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like that's not what Santa Claus says. He just says ho ho ho.
He just says ho ho ho. I know, but
So what I would be looking for, Caleb, would be some kind of
repetition,
gun related.
Gun ho, gun ho, gun ho.
Some kind of Santa Claus who is gun related.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just, do you have any ideas there? I'm just giving you a chance. Some
Let's see what we have. So we're talking about Christmas. We're talking about reindeer.
Okay.
We're talking about.
Ooh, I can
let's think
taste
about
it.
guns.
I can taste it.
We're talking about guns. They go bang.
Yeah.
And his sleigh. What if?
Yeah.
How Santa flew was not by reindeer, but it was just a big gun
shooting him.
You
shot out of a cannon.
Not a cannon. It's a gun.
Okay.
And he says, "Gun ho ho ho."
He shrinks himself down. He shrinks himself down into a bullet.
And then he gets into a huge gun.
A normal sized gun.
Normal sized gun.
That his brother shoots.
What's his name? What's Santa Claus' brother's
Santa
name?
Claus.
He said, I think it's...
Actually, I think it's Fred,
Is
right?
it Fred Claus?
Fred Claus.
Yeah.
Martin
That
Short.
was where my mind went. Yeah.
No,
Is that not Martin Short?
Martin Short plays... He's like Jack Frost or something.
Yeah.
But
Fred
Claus
Claus
is
is
Vince
Vince Vaughn, right?
Oh, you're right. It's Fred Claus's Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
His name is Fred.
Man.
Yeah, Fred shoots Santa Claus to different parts of
You
the
really-
world, I guess, is kind of the idea.
I got my guy, my brother Fred, Trigger Man.
Yeah.
He's the Trigger Man.
Gun ho is sort of
Yeah.
where
So
that
that's
goes,
so gun ho. I think yeah. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that was good.
Or it could be like a discovery expedition.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gun ho.
Gun ho. We found the gun.
Like land ho.
Yep, that's good.
So maybe something Sherlock Holmes exclaims.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he walks into a room, he's looking around at all the clues.
Yeah. Gun ho. Cheerio.
Yeah.
Cheerio. Gun ho.
I mean,
It's one of his easier cases.
Yeah.
He just fights.
There's a man
He's like,
alive
think
pointing
this
a gun,
had
smoking
something
a
to do
gun.
with it.
Yeah. Let me see. I think I could put this one together. A chemical reaction in your revolver.
but something must have started. That's when he learns about the hammer, and the gun and the trigger.
What could have done it?
Yeah.
No, it looks like this is all set up exactly to do exactly this.
You've created some sort of demented death machine.
This isn't even an accident.
I think you might have done it on purpose.
So he's right that we have been pretty faithful in constantly putting out an episode of the podcast.
I mean, wow.
We should take a minute to appreciate that.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it that much on the podcast.
No,
but
no.
My gosh.
Holy
we haven't
crow.
really. It's one of those things on the podcast where you do kind of tend to hear that where it's people go celebrate all these different milestones. Look, we've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And this is the Judd Apatow, isn't it?
We just haven't. What's that?
This is Judd Apatow episode.
Yeah.
This is 40?
The Judd Apatow. Apatowde.
This is 40?
Yeah.
That's the joke.
This is 40.
Oh, that's right. This is 40. This is 40
Yeah.
So
of
it's
AAT.
It is the Judd Apatowde.
Judd Apatowde. Apatowde.
Apatowde.
Episode. You could do episode. You could do epitode.
Apatowde?
I think we've got. It's got to be Judd Apatowde.
EPATOWED epitode.
I think it has to be Apatowde.
Sure.
That's the only way it's really
Yeah.
going to come
Yeah.
across. So this is the Judd Apatowde, and we have done this really consistently. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for noticing, Justin.
Yeah.
And it does take a lot of motivation.
Oh yeah.
It does take focus and motivation to get it done.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we can kind of come back to the question generally. What do you think? How do you think we've been able to do that? What keeps us motivated?
Well, I definitely know that the agreement that I made with Josh
Okay.
Yeah.
ahead of time.
Yeah.
The agreement that I made with him at least is
Yeah.
sort of It's like a sword of Damocles.
Yeah, hanging over your head.
my
by a
head.
thread.
That is actually crazy because as we were sitting down to record, I was like, "What's the name of that sword?" Oh yeah, the sword of Damocles. Because I
Really?
was trying to remember it to sort of share the same thing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we both feel the same way. I guess.
Yeah. That there's.
I don't know what your contract says, but
No.
mine is.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain motivations.
We don't have to get into all the specifics.
Right.
I'd prefer to not get into that
Yeah.
because it's sort of in their revelation that this is what motivates.
But
Yeah.
that's
yes.
sort of the purpose of it.
Right.
Is I composed this contract,
Right.
but now it is signed and it
Ratified.
Josh could enforce it. Should I not appear
Yeah.
here? So I have motivated myself through
Yes.
the coercion of my older brother.
I mean, I think that is kind of, I don't know, it's tricky because that's not really self-motivation, right? Like that, I think what Justin is asking about is stuff that just kind of bubbles up from inside, right? Like
That makes
that
you
sort
do
of thing.
something.
That makes you
Oh,
do
so
something.
something you did in the past that bubbles up.
Yeah,
You
I mean
can't
that
affect
is
the future.
That is what's working on Caleb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he did say, it's like that. It's kind of like the Nathan for you situation where
Yes.
you want to lose weight. We're gonna send this picture of
Oh,
you.
okay, yeah. Yeah.
we can't get into the details
No,
because of course
can't get
that
into
would
the kind of picture or anything
right,
like that.
but that
Yeah.
would be that would
Or the shocking size of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so
we shouldn't talk about that.
yeah. Gabe has a completely different arrangement.
Yeah.
So the the point is that sometimes you do have to put yourself in those situations in order to get something done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If you're serious about it,
Mhm.
you there needs to be some element of sacrifice,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or else some kind of threat, some feeling of failure.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, and it has then that
Yeah.
and that will motivate you. That's
Right.
Yeah.
so that's just one thing to keep in mind. I'm not saying that's the answer.
Here's just a quick suggestion.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the morning, the very beginning of the morning,
Right at the beginning of the
Justin.
morning.
And some people disagree about when that is. but,
Absolutely.
yeah, let's
and
not
for
get
me,
into that.
and for me, it's when you've opened up your eyes. Very first thing you do is you take a stack of paper of all. And because I know as a visual artist, what you're thinking is, I need to get 40 pictures drawn today. I need to draw 40 or 50 paintings or whatever it is. I need to do.
Yep.
Some-
I've got all of these
I've
paintings.
got all these paintings I need to get done. Oh, yeah. How am I going to get through these? But what you do is you just take a stack of those, whatever papers or canvases, and you have that stack, and you promise to yourself, maybe you get your wife involved, and you say, babe, at the end of the day, any of these canvases or papers that I haven't made a beautiful art on, I'm going to eat. I'm going to eat these canvases at the end of the day.
Them.
Yeah.
So, you can start with 10 and see how that goes. Maybe you don't end up eating anything for the first little while there, but maybe just increase it.
Until you maybe have to eat one. Yeah. And look, no funny business. Okay.
Yeah, no sauces.
Yeah. And don't start, I'm a sandwich artist.
Yeah. Right. It has to be something that is recognizable as art.
Right. Yeah, this has to be
product.
This has to be one of the 40 or 50 paintings that you've been commissioned by a patron.
Sure.
That day to complete.
Yeah.
It cannot be you're not going to sell a slice of bread
Right.
to someone. That's not
I drew a picture of a gun on a on a slice of
bread. I drew a picture of Fred Claus firing
his brother Santa out of a normal sized gun. Yeah. His brother Santa
shooting his brother Santa
has
at
been
Nova Scotia.
Yeah. You think that's where he starts?
You can tell. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's just at some point.
There's kids there.
At some point, he's got to shoot. He's got to shoot his brother at Nova Scotia.
Yeah, that's true.
If you are struggling with lack of motivation, one thing that I've become aware of, and social media has been so helpful here, is that ADHD could be part of the problem.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a little known ADHD community all over social media.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Kind of this marginalized group that is very quiet about their struggle.
Certainly.
Oh yeah.
Basically never
Usually
talking
it's their
about it.
husband or wife that's actually running the whole thing because they couldn't be
They
helped. They
could
couldn't
not
ever
do
be
this.
focused enough to do it.
Right.
Never.
So look at the crazy stuff my ADHD wife does.
Yep. and my gosh, this stuff is crazy and it doesn't seem fake at all. It seems like they're really capturing, like when you see a video of listen to my wife talk. It's so natural and real.
Mm-hmm.
It's just incredible what these poor people are.
It's a surprise that no one noticed it before.
Yep.
Yeah. So are you one of those?
I'm not one of those.
Oh.
I'm just saying you should consider that maybe this is
if
you're struggling with lack of motivation.
Oh, it could be that you're actually just a victim.
You're a victim of ADHD.
Oh.
You can find so much solace in.
Oh, there's a pill.
It's truly amazing.
That's true.
You could
It's
probably
truly
just get
amazing.
a pill.
How much the government schooling system has it totally fixes people.
Right.
Because before this, we didn't know about these problems.
Right.
It was just until we started shoving people into these systems,
Yep.
and making sure they were all doing this and doing that,
At
and
the
not
same
doing
time,
this and not
yes.
doing that at the same time,
Yeah.
and making sure whatever all the whole systems. I don't really know much about it,
Right.
but they without this system, how did anyone ever get rid?
It's
of
incredible.
Wow,
It's
yeah.
kind of like if you were to place. I think the thing I'm trying to say
Let's hear it.
is that let's say that you wanted something to really show up. You put it in front of a white background.
Yeah.
Now you can see. That's really
Now
what
you
the
can see.
government school is.
Right.
You had all these people running around,
Yeah.
undiagnosed ADHD.
Oh my gosh.
But then you
And just working for their fathers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
wishing they could be doing, I guess,
wishing they
something
could be
else.
sitting at a desk,
Right.
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 right,
learning about the capitals.
right, and learning exactly what's going to be on the next test.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's just kind of an interesting side note, a little bit of history for you. But okay, there's one of the other things that can be related to this. There are this can be a hormone issue. The lack of focus can come from low testosterone.
Oh.
It's easy to fix that. All you got to do: eat beef liver, eat zinc,
That's
Yeah.
true.
magnesium.
That'll boost your teeth.
Zinc or magnesium?
Both
You're
of
adding
them.
that in? Okay.
Both of
okay.
them.
Yeah. Pretty much any metal you can get your hands on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
dude.
start grinding that down
Iron
Yeah.
Giant,
and
dude.
see what's up. Iron Giant?
Iron Giant.
Iron
Giant. Giant.
Iron Giant
I had my
plus liver.
one of my nieces was over hanging out with my daughter the other day, and
Yeah.
she runs into the room and she goes, "Uncle Gabe, can we watch the Giant?" And I said, "Not till you learn how to say it correctly." And she doesn't come over anymore. I don't know
Yeah.
why not.
It's so you've got magnesium and zinc, and you know what? Beef liver is full of
Testosterone.
iron.
Bullets.
Oh, iron. Hey,
Oh,
that's
okay.
kind of true.
Yeah,
You
in
can
a
make
way.
an
Yeah.
iron bullet.
You can make a
Not
little.
usual, not what you usually do, but
Right.
you could do it.
That's one of the
Absolutely
deleted
good.
scenes
Yeah.
in The Patriot. Because in the one scene, he's melting down the toy
Yeah.
soldiers from his
He
dead
flips
son.
down a mask, a welding mask.
Yeah.
And then he's just got all these beef livers laid
Yeah.
out. He's
Oh,
like, "This is
yeah.
the best way for me to
Beef
make
liver.
ammo for my militia."
Yes. Well, they're not. It's just for him. He uses the son's bullets.
Well, obviously,
shoot-
that's a narrative
shoot the
payoff
bad man.
thing. He happens to notice that he's loading the shot and shoots, the
I guess so.
He
Jason
he
Isaacs
goes out
character.
to his young son's foundry,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
starts forming bullets.
Well,
Yeah.
It's very moving.
It was a different
It is
time.
moving.
Yeah.
I dare you to watch the film without tearing up, at
Oh.
least at one of the parts.
Oh, man.
Men.
Men
Yes.
only.
I don't know how it affects women.
I can't
but
speak
me,
to that either. It
as a
has not
man,
been my lived
It
experience.
does. I feel it.
Oh man, if you've got a son, If you got to just imagine. Just
even
imagine.
I think even when I didn't have a son, it was still
definitely.
You could imagine.
But I think it sharpens it quite a lot. Experience it that way.
Hones it in.
Guys, do you have any particular thoughts on how Justin could self-motivate? Cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, baby steps is maybe good, like Gabe was saying, 10 paintings.
Start with 10 paintings.
His tip was you make a commitment to eat, do something unpleasant.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't finish this.
That is, and it is nice when you have something like,
because then you can just get something done,
You get something done.
Yeah.
It is nice.
Do a bunch of them. Don't a bunch of it.
Just don't it.
Just don't it.
40, whatever.
Yeah.
Just do the paintings and you don't have to eat them.
Yeah.
Don't it.
And Justin, if you're doing 40 paintings, just look at how long it's taken us to do 40 podcasts.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
It's almost a year.
But we've done it.
But we have done it.
Yeah.
40 paintings of whatever. You know?
Right.
Like
it could be anything.
Different ideas you have.
Yeah.
You don't, and it could be a quick idea.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a long, big idea. It could be a quick, small idea.
Yeah, a quick, small idea. It is nice to have, if you do have just a list of 40 paintings you have to get through, we assume that's the case. That's kind of easy, right? Because you can just put one foot in front of the other and get it done.
Right.
The harder thing is when you're like, you're trying to think abstractly about how do I grow my business?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or what's the next career move? That's where things get really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because how do you make that manageable? It's a huge goal. I'm right here right now. I want to be here. How do I get there? Of course, what you have to do is break it down into manageable chunks.
Yeah.
Right. Baby steps.
Baby steps, like Caleb said.
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, when you're talking about something abstract, that does just get really, really hard because then you have to come up with your own metrics for success.
Yes.
You have to say, I want to have sold, I don't know, 80 paintings by the end of the day.
Right.
That's
That's
crazy.
But it's like, why not 100?
Yeah. Yeah. As long as I'm kind of setting these things blue sky.
Right. Or else what? Sell 80 paintings, or I have to buy all my
it'd be
paintings.
cool if I could sell 1,000 paintings this year.
Yeah.
Why not just try to do it in a day?
Or like 10,000 paintings.
Yeah, but then you start thinking about, golly, I got to start moving these things.
Yeah.
And painting them.
Painting them is one thing.
You're like,
you got to sell.
I've actually got to pay people to do some of these paintings.
Yeah.
Because
you're delegating.
And I'm going to sell them for way less than I paid for them to get painted.
Yeah.
Because I just need to get these things done because I don't want to eat any of
I don't want to be eating.
I had a big lunch. That's where you're at.
I can't eat 850 paintings.
Yeah.
I sold 150 paintings today. That's pretty good.
But I have to eat. I mean,
that can be so motivating.
Empty canvases, not paintings. Empty canvases.
Right. It could be so motivating, especially if you made curry for yourself for lunch.
Yeah.
You went a little heavy on the rice.
Yeah.
You did 2 cups of rice. You thought that'll be okay.
Oh, it's a lot.
I got a lot of curry sauce here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so I do need this. But then you're sitting there with a stomach full of 2 cups of rice.
Oh my gosh,
that's too much
staring
rice.
down the barrel end
of
850 canvases. You don't even get to use those canvases later.
No.
You're eating them.
You're eating
destroying them.
Yeah.
Guess what you're going to wake up to tomorrow? Another 1,000 canvases.
1,000 paintings. And boy, are you going to work your tail off trying to get...
Now
trying to get through more of those paintings.
Yeah.
So that's another thing is don't be discouraged by your initial failure because it's actually where your motivation's going to come from.
Yeah.
Because after you've experienced sort of the gastrointestinal discomfort of eating 850 paintings,
it's all about
of a big lunch.
Not
Justin,
paintings,
it's all about
canvases.
changing your grind set to basically you have to think about it this way.
Yeah.
Failure isn't falling off the horse, Justin.
Yeah.
It's not getting back on.
It's not taking another
know?
bite.
You right, exactly. Failure isn't.
Yeah.
You could make it, and look, you're gonna maybe invest in some other tools too. You know, some kind of industrial grinder that grinds these canvases down into some kind of pulp that you can consume easily.
Yeah.
You know,
I hope you have a KitchenAid.
Yeah.
Because you could put it through like the meat grinding thing on there, maybe.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
you might need to add a little bit of water. Water's fine, but no sauce.
Maybe you. Maybe what you can do is.
I mean, you're really just making your own bed. Then
you're looking at it. You're going, hey, you know what? I'm not. You know what? You're looking at it early in the day, and you're going, oh no, there's definitely no way I'm going to get through all this.
Yeah.
So instead of investing time in painting more paintings, I'm going to invest time into preparing this so it could be in some way different than what I've done before. Like you could make it into a big paste and make it into kind of log, and then after that log dries, that paste log dries, then you could slice it with like a deli slicer and make like sandwiches.
Some sandwiches.
There's all different kinds of things you could do. And then film that, and then maybe that's something people will watch.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
One way to stay motivated is to try to sell your byproducts.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So you should be streaming all of this.
Yes.
Live streaming all of it.
It's so motivational to look at what you can do with everything else. You know, the context of the things that you're creating. Now you can look around and you go, oh my gosh, this could be something.
Maybe the waste, is somehow useful to scientists.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think we want to. Although Justin did mention that he was pooped.
Yeah, that's true.
And boy, is he just beginning to learn
but
what
I
that means.
Definitely believe that that's between a man and his toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
well, right. I'm not
try to
saying
leave that there.
I didn't want to get too far into it, but I'm just saying if we're talking about selling our byproducts, that's literally like, hey, maybe some scientist out there needs to know what is it like if a man eats, a certain amount of canvases.
That's a pretty serious reclassification from waste to byproduct, though.
Yeah,
I would say.
One man's waste, though.
Yeah, is another man's byproduct.
Yep.
Right. Is it by byproduct?
Yeah. By byproduct because you're going to be selling so much of this, Justin.
Justin, I think that we've answered this pretty definitively. I feel that this is an ironclad answer.
Succinctly.
So try to put you can't just listen to us. This is kind of irritating to me. I feel like people are listening to us make these answers.
Yeah.
You have to put them into practice.
Yeah, right. We need to see.
Well, we haven't ever seen anyone say, "Hey, I did this."
That's okay.
Working.
But really, like getting the answer is only part of it. Obviously, you got to put it into practice. So that's just a word, So I'm sorry to get so worked up about it.
Yeah, Josh, calm down. Can you sit down? I know your voice wasn't very.
I didn't seem that
didn't change much, but you stood up and you were kind of stomping.
I was stomping around.
Yeah.
I was kind of doing high knees and really stomping, and my feet hurt.
Yep.
Yeah.
It hurt my feet.
A truly incredible thing that you're able to keep your
It's kind of like
the voice,
Irish dancing.
Yes. Irish dancing, yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Supposedly, you'd look through the window and you'd just see them moving around, and you wouldn't even know they're dancing.
You wouldn't know.
If you were
Is that true?
If you were the English trying to keep them from dancing.
Is that why?
That's what I've heard.
Oh, wow. Because they weren't moving their arms at all.
They'd be like, oh, they're just kind of walking around in a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was just so they could dance longer.
Move on.
Not expending all the energy, moving your arms and legs simultaneously. They're about endurance.
Thanks so much for the question, Justin.
Yes.
You listeners can send in your questions to advancedansweringtechniques@gmail.com. We'd love to get those. We'd love to help you in the way that we've helped Justin. Requires a little something of you, though. You're going to have to listen to the answers and then put them into practice.
Still waiting on a money question.
Money question of any kind. That would be great.
Well, any kind of money?
Any coined.
Any coined.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, yeah. Coins. Yeah, we prefer coins.
Yeah. Not crypto.
No,
mail-less
real coins.
Mail-less coins so that the USPS can get its cut, baby.
Yeah.
Here's what would be really cool.
Weigh it. Boy, I'd have fun with that.
Is if you could get your hands on. I'm just curious about this. I would love to know what the British system of coins are.
Yeah,
I would love to understand it.
They've got pennies. They got pence.
Pennies, sixpence.
Wait, they have pennies and pence?
Who even knows?
I don't know.
They're like, oh yeah, how much is that? £2? And you're like, right, yeah, £2. And they're
That's
like,
pounds. Yeah,
great
pounds.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would love to know. So if anybody has,
did they get Mike Pence?
Yeah, they. I think the British
they got him.
Traded him.
They got him.
I think we got Tony Blair. They got Mike Pence.
Honestly, we probably came out on top.
My goodness! Now we have to call dimes Blairs.
Tonys or Tonys.
Why?
Couple of Tonys.
Huh? Why?
Yeah, why would that work? We're doing Pence. We're doing the last name.
Yeah, I know, but Tony's fun. I mean, that's just kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb, do you have any idea what your theme song would be if you worked behind a counter at the post office?
I'd hope it is.
It's Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, I was actually thinking.
Put you sort of in the area.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be Rage Against the Machine.
Okay.
What is it? The Pocket Full of Shells.
Pocket Full of Shells.
Oh,
Bulls on Parade.
Bulls on Parade. I was thinking, I'd put that on.
Yeah, that's good. I was just thinking it'd be give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away,
give it away, because you're giving things away.
Giving things
away. You're not parting with them.
Yeah.
You're weighing them.
Yeah.
Give it away. That's good.
I think I'd go back and I could throw that. Maybe start with that. And then as soon as I know I'm going to be pissed off, switch over to Bulls on Parade.
Bulls on Parade.
Yeah, it's sort of a duo.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.